welcome back. I'm live in Tampa ahead of the big game. Final preparations are underway for one of the most highly anticipated Super Bowls in recent memory. Why? Because on one sideline, you have wonderkind quarterback Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, who are aiming to defend their title against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led, of course, by future Hall of Famer and greatest of all time, Tom Brady, who's making his 10th appearance in the big game. Here to help us break down this epic matchup, not one, but two past Super Bowl MVPs. We've got legendary NFL quarterbacks Kurt Warner and Mark Rypien. Guys, thanks so much for being with us here this morning. Mark, let's start with you for a second here. Everybody wants to talk about the quarterbacks, and we should, because we have the best in the game today against the greatest of all time. Are these quarterbacks, how do you pick against one? People have lost a lot of money and reputational value betting against Tom Brady. On the other hand, how do you pick against Patrick Mahomes?
Well, first of all, good morning, Will. Good morning, Kurt. And that's a great question. You got the modern GOAT and the actual GOAT playing in a game that what a matchup this is. And it's hard to bet against either of these guys. And I think that we're going to be entertained this coming Sunday. And to both of them giving us a great show Sunday afternoon.
Kurt, I saved the second question for you because you and I have a little bit of a relationship. I've known you. I know I'm going to give you this harder one. Give me something that's going to determine the outcome of this game. Give me something besides the quarterbacks. Like, what's the X factor? What's going to determine this game besides Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes?
You know, Will, I believe it's pressure by the two defenses. You know, we can look at on the Kansas City side, they've got backup tackles that are playing against two of the best pass rushers in Shaq Barrett and JPP. And then on the other side, when these teams played in Week 12, the Chiefs were able to throw some different things at Tom Brady. Now, we know he's seen everything, but they threw some different things at him, confused him early, led to some turnovers. So if there's one thing that I'm looking at, is which defense can get more pressure on these two quarterbacks, because as we talked about, as Mark said, these guys are both great, and they both can entertain us. Right. But every quarterback drops a little bit if you can get pressure in his face.
Okay, I hope you're not saving your pick for tomorrow. So I'm going to ask both of you, Mark and Kurt, you got to give me your pick quickly. Which one? Give everybody a tip here, Mark. Which way do we go? Are you picking Bucks or Chiefs?
I'm going just because I don't know how many more years Tom has. Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator, is my teammate in Washington, and I know that he's got something to prove after their meeting in Week 12, like Kurt said. And it's just so hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes, but I'm going Bucks 35-31.
Nice. Kurt, you going to give me a pick?
Yeah, I'll give you a pick. I give you the right to change my pick by tomorrow when I have to pick it on our show. But I'll go the other direction. I'll go with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are the better team here. I think they're the more complete team, and I'll go with the kid in this one.
Right. Well, I'm going to go with Mark, by the way. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is going to be the X factor in this game. I think they're underrated. Let me ask you, Kurt, really quickly about what you guys are here to talk about as well. It's Prevac's concussion therapy. It's fascinating, both how it's administered and what it can do for anyone, not just quarterbacks, but anyone that encounters a concussion. Tell me about that, Kurt.
Yeah, well, I'm pumped about this drug. It is a drug that can be administered nasally on the spot, you know, and so concussions have been a hot-button issue in our sport, whether it be parents trying to get their kids involved all the way up to the NFL level, and the long-term effects of that. So to have a drug that can be administered on the spot and, you know, cut down the inflammation, we believe it can have long-term impact and prevent some of those consequences. And, Will, I don't know if you know that my oldest son suffered a traumatic brain injury when he was 4 months old. And so I think about the what ifs. What if we had a drug like this at that point? How might things be different for my son? So this is about football because that's where Mark and I live, but this is bigger than that. This can be, you know, military. This can be for accidental injuries and what have you. So we're extremely excited about this drug. It's a one of a kind, and I believe it can be a game changer.
Right. Yeah, that's a wonderful message. I know you've had that personal experience, Kurt. Mark, both of you, thank you for promoting that. Hopefully medical breakthrough that can help everyone. And thanks for sharing your breakdown of the game this morning. Thanks, guys.
You bet. Will, can I say one more thing, Will, real quick?
Please.
I'm so excited to champion with Kurt and Dr. Jake on this, and the Odyssey Group International is going to manufacturers to get this out ASAP, so it's pretty exciting.
Absolutely. Thanks for that, Mark. Appreciate both you guys' time this morning. Take care. All right.